What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Royally Unapologetic podcast, where we are talking all about building brands that make people pleasers clutch their pearls and dream clients say, "Oh, hell yes, take my money." Oh, let's get into it. All right, in today's episode, we're going to be answering the question, why do I need to repel if I'm already successful? And it's going to be a good one. So let's get into the tea. The God's honest, simple answer is that you want to be a category of one and you know you're meant for more. And until you repel, you are going to cap out and plateau in your recognition, your sales, the types of clients you attract, how fast you convert, etc. That's the simple answer. But I mean, for a podcast episode especially, let's be so real, that is way too simple of an answer. So let's talk about why you want to repel and what the impact of repelling actually is. And subtle plug, we're actually going to be taking a look at a real client example next week and how repelling completely changed your business in a single year. As some of you guys probably know, I am coming off of like a 2.5 month hiatus from recording, and it shows. I'm gonna be so real. It freaking shows. But you know what? We're here. We're doing the damn thing. I'm so happy to be back. And I'm also recording several of these episodes like all in one go. So if you see me in the same outfit on YouTube, no, you don't. Anyway, let's get into it. I get this question from time to time, people wondering like what the point of repelling is when you are already bringing in 6 or 7 figures a year. And the thing is if you are content with what you have and you are not interested in growing your impact, your recognition, your income, your visibility, or booking a higher caliber client faster, then no, you don't need to repel. You can stay where you're at and keep staying there if that's what floats your boat. That's fine. This episode just isn't for you. But I know that if you are in my community, if you're listening to this episode, you want more. I have such insanely driven people in my community, and you all have just like a hunger for more always. And it's not from like a dissatisfaction mindset, but it is from a driven mindset. People like you and me, like we are chronically striving for more. And that's really what repelling allows you to do. So I already mentioned that it is going to help you expand your impact. It's going to help you be recognized for your body of work. It's going to increase your income. It is going to expand visibility and opportunity. It's going to drive up the hello? I'm having a stroke. Caliber of client that you are able to attract. It's going to increase how fast you can convert that person from like weeks or months of them having to binge your content, engage with all these different things with you, to literal minutes. And that is actually true. Like I myself have converted clients in less than 3 hours. I have had my clients convert dream clients in like 12 hours or less. Like it is amazing how fast it happens when you repel. But these are all byproducts of the original, like ultimate goal of what repelling is. And the ultimate goal of repelling is to become a recognized category of one leader. And I'm going to be real with you. You do not get category of one status by making a lot of money, booking out your programs, or guesting on your friend's podcast and posting a reel about it. Any driven entrepreneur can do that. And none of those things are bad. They are actually amazing and they signal credibility, and that is amazing. We want that. But they don't really do anything for signaling category of one leadership. You can be really, really good at what you do and still not be a category of one. So when I implement the Rebel philosophy for my clients, which is where we are intentionally repelling 80% of people across your brand visuals, content, website, and messaging, I always say this, it makes you incomparable to anyone else and irresistible to the top 20%, resulting in those byproducts that I just mentioned. But why? Why does that happen? And I really had to sit with myself to figure out how I could explain this in the simplest form possible. And it's because when you repel properly, you create instant recognition for your purpose, your leadership, your identity, and your difference instantaneously. And repelling isn't some simple do this one thing strategy. When I work with my clients, I have a 6-part framework that I use to extract all of this information, this juicy deliciousness about my clients. And then we can leverage that in multiple different ways across their brand, their website, their copy, their content to repel and position them as a category 1 leader. Again, creating that recognition of purpose, leadership, identity, and difference. And at a basic level, the reason that repelling works to position you as a category of 1 is because nobody else is fucking doing it. Very, very few people leverage their brand and website to strategically repel with intention. And when you do, it is so out of the norm that recognition happens extremely quickly with very, very little effort from your viewer. And when you prioritize it in your brand, it happens visually. It's tapping into the subconscious. When you prioritize it on your website, it happens both visually and through the copy. And you are making this connection on both the conscious and subconscious levels in the mind of the viewer. And that compounds for instant recognition, whether they can identify why or not. It compounds for that instant recognition. And if you're sitting here listening to this episode like, oh, fuck, is my brand and website repelling? Is it positioning me as a category of 1, or is it making me look like just another average person in my industry? If that's you right now, don't worry. You can book a Rebel Roast with me and get my eyes on your brand and website live together. And I will tell you exactly what I see that's keeping you comparable to your competitors rather than being recognized as the industry leader that you are. And you can access the link to book one of those in the show notes. But anyway, if you loved this episode, please rate and review the show, share it with a business bestie, share it to Instagram, tag me at I am Molly Hanson so that I can see where I am in your day. I love seeing that. I love hearing your guys' feedback on the episodes. I love it so, so much. So please feel free to DM me too. I'm all ears. But anyway, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys in the next one.